All right, guys, we are out here on Green Bay. We got the A team, Jessie Baker and Carson from the shop, and we're out chasing some pre-spawn and even some post-spawn walleyes today. On the bay, we're gonna be testing some new stealth rods we've got in the boat. These have been a year and a half into kind of production or testing, and we're getting ready to put them to market, show you guys some benefits of them, how awesome they are, and see if we can bend one on a 10-pounder is the goal. Attaboy, Carson. Not a bad one. Oh yeah. Crunched it. That's how we like to start the morning.
That felt so good.
Heck yeah, nice fish, dude. Custom colors are a big deal on Green Bay, but one of my absolute favorites. Standard road trip from Rapala. I absolutely love that color. Purple and golds are a big deal for us, but then those antifreeze bars is also a deal for us, especially on the cloudy days. The antifreeze kind of comes into play. I'll let Carson hold his fish here in a minute. That's a beautiful Green Bay specimen. 25 incher, pre-spawn. Carson, how'd it feel, Carson? Did it smack it on the fall?
Little pops.
It's a good one to start. Woo. There are so many fish on 360. So many. A lot of fish. Jump perch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wasn't ready for that one. He choked it though. I love when you feel the fluorocarbon just going across their teeth. Got him. That's a sled. We're on the right ones, kids. See a ripping wrap in there? I don't. Jeepers. Doubled Baker. Second fish of the morning. Nice 26 incher. Partially spawned out. We're right around our spawning temp here. We're at 40.5 degrees this morning. I saw some 41, 42 stuff yesterday. But we've got 12 inches of snow coming, an absolute hurricane for winds. I think it's got these fish fired up. Baker's got one on right now.
I got the smallest one.
Just look at the little belly on that porker though.
That thing, yours could eat mine.
Yeah.
You want to trade?
No, I'll keep mine. But here we've got a partially spawned out fish, and then Jessie's there is actually pre-spawn. She's not spawned yet at all. But those are cool fish. How's your first fish in the new rod?
It's good.
Yeah? Yeah.
The first one I got in the boat.
Nice. The thing just thinks it's a muskie up there like shaking on the surface. If we caught a green one, I'd be very impressed.
Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna lose it. Yeah.
All starched up.
Spunky.
Good thing we didn't sleep in. This would be a sweet Door County rod, Baker, for number 7s.
Oh, see that? Is that a sucker? Oh, I might have just snagged it.
We're gonna move. Yeah.
Moving?
I'm gonna put on a hair jig.
That guy's jigging over there. Canadian style, jigging a minnow.
So we've got a handful of different rods in the lineup. The one I'm throwing right now is the medium light fast. And we had this one last year as well, and this one pairs up really nice with your smaller hair jigs if you want to get down into like the 1/4 ounce stuff, the 3/8 ounce stuff. You could even probably throw a half on it. But for this right now, I'm throwing a 3/8 ounce, and all I'm doing is just these short little quick hops. I'm just trying to imitate that goby scooting around, and it's got a really nice light tip, but it's got plenty in the rear end to set it home when we get hooked that big one. So this weather though has kept like all the humans away. Yesterday was really quiet. Today is insanely quiet. What's going on, Baker?
Nothing yet.
Not so bitey?
Not so bitey. Oh,
Ooh,
no.
brown trout.
Oh my God, is it?
Brown trout, Baker.
That's my first ever. Woohoo!
That is one of the coolest parts of
Man,
fishing
I
Green
thought
Bay.
that thing is so fighty. Holy.
Yeah, it's a trout.
Wow. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. It's like holding the lake trout. First brown.
First brown trout. Coolest part about Green Bay, you set the hook, you never know what you're gonna hook. We caught a coho the other day. This little German brown, little female hen. They're up here in the cold water doing the same thing. Super fun.
Yeah, those things are feisty.
Oh yeah, brown trout are
That was sweet.
very fun.
So the ones that have like the big jaws and stuff, those are males?
Yep.
Gotcha. You know what's funny is like
Cool fish.
we don't even net 27-inch walleyes anymore. That's how spoiled we are. And then like what is that? Like a 20-inch trout? Get the net!
Oh yeah. There we go. A little hair jig action. It's not very big. Might be a perch.
That's what we wanted.
Might be a sucker.
Not what we
Oh,
wanted.
now it's getting big. Now it's getting bigger. Yeah. Stinger to the
Big.
forehead. That, man.
You
Carson.
want the net?
No, I'm good. Carson, what do you think we could sell him for in the fall? 20 bucks?
Easily.
$20 bill
Girth.
to a musky guy? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That is a beautiful specimen. Look at him. Ah, go away.
Ooh,
Baker's on.
that's a walleye. Yeah, right species we're looking for here.
They're mixed in together.
Still super fat.
Nice and pre-spawn. Atta boy.
That one caught you at the top.
Nice
What do we
work.
got here?
Oh,
Ooh,
another one.
Is that a whitefish?
That's a red horse. Look at all the species. Red horse
that
sucker.
like
I
a-
last sold him. That's so funny. Wasn't even close.
Look at that.
I've never seen one of those.
Red horse?
That's a sucker?
Yep, that's a
Looks like
different
a carp.
subspecies. I think it's a red horse.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a red horse. Look at his
One
red
must be there.
fins.
I mean, it's no brown trout, Carson.
We still need a perch. We need a muskellunge. Oh, Baker's on. Baker.
That was like a sturgeon or something. That was really heavy. That's just junk fish.
I say we do have, yeah. So we could still catch.
God dang. Oh,
She
it's
still has
on.
it.
Oh!
That's a walleye in the
Snag.
butthole. Sorry, bud.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch it on a hair jig, but there's a lot of things happening on ripping wraps right now.
Doug,
What?
it's like a brick.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That one's butthole sore.
Cut.
What?
So many fish. Just loaded. Attaboy, Carson. What is it? Walleye.
Walleye.
Attaboy. Yeah.
Short and stocky. Just literally.
So the ripping wrap has probably become one of the most popular walleye baits in the last couple of years, but there's a couple things you can do to them, and there's one modification that's super important, and you can do it one of two ways. So basically what I like to do is have the biggest hook possible on the back of the bait. Now when these come in the package, they come with the bigger hook on the front belly hook hanger and then a smaller one on the back. Due to the fact that these fish here have seen a lot of ripping wraps in the last 10 years, they generally tend to more peck at them now versus like they used to eat them a lot better. So I like to have a bigger hook on the back. So I can simply just flip-flop the hooks, but if you want to take it to another level, I like to replace the rear hook with a hybrid treble from VMC. It's kind of like a little bit wider gap. The tip's kind of coming at the top. Also, if you're fishing around zebra mussel beds, the tips aren't much as likely to kind of grab mussels as well. So upgrading the hooks to have a higher hooking percentage and land more bites with a ripping wrap is a very big deal. scale, 2 scales, 3 scales. Sucker.
Red horse or regular?
I'm gonna call that a regular. Okay, let's go back up. Let's graph around a little bit.
That one feels good, whatever it is.
Baker's on. Good one?
Feels good. Definitely snagged.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the right species.
Is it a quillback? Oh, it's a quillback. Species number 5 on the day.
Excuse me, guide. Could you unhook that for me? Look at the bend in this rod, though. You really want to test a product.
Snag a carp in the back.
You can,
That is a quillback. Quillback carp. You can tell by the top of the dorsal here. They're like big giant minnows. They're kind of cool fish, but there's a little mix of everything in here. These fish are probably in here eating some walleye eggs, walleye spawn. Same with the suckers, the red horse. Lots of species in Green Bay. You set the hook, you never know what's on the other end. Look at that big minnow. Carson, what we got? Perch? We've not had a perch yet. It looks kind of perchy. Nice one.
walleye.
Nice job. That one too. Look at that girth. Nice fish, Carson.
Very nice.
So our kind of standard setup, or like what I like to run as far as our walleye gear out here, I like a 4,000 size reel, bigger spool arbor, but the most important thing I like are these Daiwa Tatulas. This is the new MQLT. Reason being is they're very fast gear ratio. It's the 6.2 gear ratio. A lot of the other spinning reels, 5.2, 5.4, 5.6. This being a 6.2, it's very fast. So you can see how we're working these baits. You want a lot of line pickup in a very short amount of rotation in your reel handle. So I like that Tatula with that higher gear ratio. And as far as line, 10-pound Suffix 131 G-Core. I've been using this stuff the last 3 years since it came out. I really like it. 10-pound in diameter. And then you can kind of choose whatever you want for fluorocarbon leader. I like to do like a 12-pound or a 15-pound fluoro leader. Any kind of line to line. You can do a uni, Alberto, FG, whatever you like. That in length's probably going to be anywhere from 6 to 8 feet. And then it's just a small VMC crankbait snap on the bottom. It's easy to switch baits. Our fish here are super color picky, so being able to change baits really quickly and not having to retie your leaders all the time is key. But as far as the reel, line, leader, it also pairs up really nice on this MF. Gives it a little bit more weight in the back. The 4,000 balances it out really nice. So as far as like how we're positioning the boat and how we're retrieving these rip and wraps, we're setting ourselves up for these drifts. And then we're making these long drifts over these shallow flats. We're only in 4 or 5 feet of water here. And I like to do more of the drifting in this scenario versus spot locking. It's a lot less boat presence, less trolling motor noise. But as far as how we're working the rip and wraps, it kind of changes from day to day as far as how much you want to move the bait. Generally, the colder your water, the less movement you want to do. So we're at 40 degrees today, and we're just trying to do these short little 3 to 6 inch hops. And the biggest key to this also is once you make that pull, you want to keep that rod tip held up in the air to make that bait pendulum back down to the bottom. So it's a little bit slower fall versus if you rip and you drop your rod tip right away, the bait will go up and it'll fall right away. For the colder water, we generally like to have that slower pendulum, keep a tight line. You can feel everything. That's where this nice sensitive rod comes into play. And a lot of times those fish are going to hit it either on the fall as it's penduluming, or as soon as that bait hits the bottom, they almost pounce on it. And then you're going to feel them pin it to the bottom, and then you're going to jack them on the way up. That one pinned it to the bottom. So we actually made some changes to this rod from last year to this year. When I got to fish with it last year, and this new setup they have on here, I am liking much better. I think these are going to retail for $259. This is an incredible rod for that price point. There we go. The old custom painted rip and wrap. These are actually painted by a guy locally here in town, and he's actually going to be doing some painting here for the shop, some custom colors. We're going to do some rip and wraps, some crankbaits, stuff like that, and bring some of our own really cool custom colors into the shop. Another nice fish. Nice. You jacked that one, Carson. Look at the head shakes. I love it. Just your standard Green Bay 24. You want to hold your fish?
Yeah.
We're on. Nice job, Carson. Well, we just changed spots. Found an absolute pod. Hopefully they're like this one and bigger. Frickin' Carson. On. Nice work, buddy.
Oh.
Fail. Boat flipping 4-pounders. That was horrible.
Pretty windy over here.
Yeah. As long as they're biting, I don't care. Come on here, jig.
Yes.
I could feel that thing out there a mile away. I just sent that hair jig downwind. Oh, tick. This is such a cool rod. Like, this is the MLF, and it's just going to be such a versatile walleye stick, bass stick, hair jigs, tiny little swim baits. You're going to be able to do so much with this rod. Little guy, but MLF, very cool.
Can you turn the wind down?
Last time I checked, you're in last place.
Oh, now you're trying to piss me off.
Just saying. We've got ourselves a hair jig here, and you'll see I do run a snap on them. I've went back and forth on this for years of direct tying or just putting a snap on. Like I said earlier, we like to change colors a lot, but I've fished with them, without them. It doesn't affect how many bites you get, in my opinion. Just run a snap on it. But then this is just a small 1/2 ounce hair jig, black and purple. But the biggest part of this is the stinger hook. Now these I tie myself, just due to the fact that there's not really any stinger hooks out there that I really like that you can buy in packaging. So all this is just a small split ring I tie on, and then a piece of 17-pound fluorocarbon, and then again one of those VMC hybrid trebles. This is a number 8. Tied on in the back. 2 polymer knots, so you can really control how much line you have and distance. It's the easiest knot to shorten down that length of line. And then that 17-pound fluoro gives it enough where it sticks out just a bit. Updated stinger, tie myself. It is kind of a pain, but it gets you a lot of bites. That one we didn't need it, but a lot of short strikes come on that stinger hook. Come on. I don't know if it's big or what. I think it's big. It looks like it's the right color. Got him. On the hair jig. There's a dandy. There we go. Sweet fish, fishing the MLF. It's a super nice rod, like I said, for those hair jigs. I'm fishing a 1/2 right now, which is probably about the heaviest hair jig you'd want to go with on that rod, but it's also been great for 3/8 and especially quarters. Really, really nice fish. Baker's on. Better one, Jess.
Want to hand me those pliers, please?
Yep.
Oh, Dougie. Still catching them.
I got one on. Jess is just letting one go. Get a lot of them. A lot of them hooked like that. That's why I tie that stinger. You get a lot of them just right under the chin. They almost kind of pounce on it or kind of stuff it into the bottom. And having that high quality stinger is very nice to have. Not a big one, but like I said, I've caught plenty of big 30 inchers on just that stinger hook alone, whether it's in the top of the nose, bottom of the chin. It's definitely worth having and worth the pain to tie them. Attaboy.
On them.
Ooh, that's a better one. Nice fish. Munched it. Number 6.
Good one.
You can hold your fish and get some pictures of it probably.
Where do we want to get this rod?
Cool, well, let that thing go, Carson. Let's talk real quick about our rods.
Perfect.
So I will say I am pretty impressed with the new MF. This is the MF, right?
Yep.
This is more of our rip and wrap rod. Carson's throwing a number 6 here in the waves, the wind, and being able to actually feel a bait in this kind of wind is,
It's tough.
it's super tough.
Because you got the slack in your line with the wind and everything. It
Mhm.
makes a difference to have something a little more sensitive.
And I'm actually blown away at like I've fished with a lot of rods that are more expensive than this one, and you don't nearly have the feel and sensitivity. I think they actually knocked this thing out of the park. Just the look of it overall too looks really nice. I think this is how they're going to come standard in the store.
Yep, we got a new custom wing grip in the store now, so they're all going to come with that Thorne Brothers logo with the muskies engraved in them.
Yeah, it's going to look really nice, and then
Look
obviously being the custom rod shop, we can do whatever you guys want. This is probably just going to be our standard layout.
Yep.
You can do cork in the back. If you don't want a split grip, you can do
We got sync
any
cork
kind
as
of
well,
option,
yep.
right? Like we've got everything wrote up. If you guys want to look on the website, see all the options, otherwise you can come into the store, check us out at a sports show, and it's truly a custom rod. Now these come as an 8-foot blank,
Yep.
right? So we can extend that up to about 8'6".
8.7 I think is
8.7
the max.
is the max?
Yep. And then,
All I know is I like throwing a rip and wrap on it.
yeah, they're really good for jigging wraps too. Any of you big glide baits, any big glide bait walleye guys, this is kind of the rod to do it with.
Absolutely. And number 7's on this as well, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Plenty of backbone, plenty of rod there to handle the bigger baits as well.
And there's enough give for those head shakes, like that last fish, big head shakes, bigger fish, so that rod can absorb quite a bit of that head shaking, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Go get another one, man. That was sweet.
Perfect.
Got him. Come here. That rod is so forgiving. It just gives you so much freedom with those big surges like that fish just gave me right there. Just another Green Bay specimen. Gonna grow up and be a 28 incher hopefully, or bigger. Baker's on.
Try not to put a lure through my hand. And that calls it a day. It's getting a wee bumpy out here. Woo! This has been fun, guys.
There we go. This one ate it good. No stinger hook required on that one. Very nice. We're out here rocking around and wind just picked up. It's supposed to blow up to like 40 or 50 or something crazy today. But it is 10:30 in the morning. I think we got close to 20 fish in the boat. We're having ourselves some fun.